So today's video is going to be at the rink because we're going to talk about how to make friends with figure skating and how to build an adult skating community.
Hi and welcome back to our channel. So we've been seeing, especially lately for some reason on various Facebook groups or Instagrams, kind of not really complaints but like cries for help, saying I'm the only adult at my rink or they're only kids. It's hard to meet people, it's hard to meet friends. So we thought that we're gonna make a video about how we went from being the only adults at our rink to having a full-blown, blossoming adult skating community.
Oh, I think it's great. I'm actually very lucky that we have such a nice skating group in Orlando. Like, I was never expecting that, so that's awesome.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I'm so glad that I'm here.
When Bruno and I started out, we were the only adults in the rink, at least the ones that we knew of. All our Learn to Skate program classes were kids classes, and we didn't mind it. We made friends with the kids. But not everybody feels comfortable doing that, so we're gonna give you a few tips on how to find or how to build your own adult figure skating community. You guys, it's cold today. Now, we're gonna put a bit of a disclaimer on this, that some rinks are easier than the others to find or to build a community. We got really lucky that our rink by default is very welcoming and people are really nice, but we've been around to other rinks and there are two main reasons why the adult skating communities do not really flourish there. Number one is pure numbers game. If you live in a smaller town or skate at a smaller rink, obviously there are less people in general that will be skating with you, so the percentage of adult skaters is gonna be less, to the point that you might find yourself being the only adult skater at the rink. That happened. Number two is a general vibe of the rink. Oddly enough, we've actually been to the rinks that are really big and they have a lot of people skating and they have a lot of adult figure skaters, but they don't really have a proper adult figure skating community. Just because the rink would have a bit of a competitive vibe, people don't really talk to each other, people sometimes are a little mean or competitive or just don't care about other skaters and just doing their own thing, not really interested in making friends. So as you're gonna see if you keep watching this video, sometimes it's actually worth it to make some extra drive for a rink that does have a nice, welcoming and flourishing community.
First off, let's talk about ways to meet people. The easiest one is group classes or Learn to Skate if you're in the US. Group class is pretty much a guarantee that you will be skating with other people. So right away it gives you an opportunity to meet people with the same interests. Plus, suffering together is always a good bonding experience. If you don't encounter many adult skaters at your own rink, just go online. Facebook groups, Instagram, YouTube are all good platforms to connect with other adult figure skaters. This is actually how we met most of our skating friends.
We met Ashley on Instagram when she still lived in Louisiana. Then she moved to Orlando and now we skate together at least once a week. Alyssa lives in a coastal town about an hour away from our rink. And even though she has another ice skating rink about 5 minutes from her home, she chooses to drive over an hour to come skate with us every week because community means that much for us adult skaters. And this week, we also met John for the first time, who we've been connected to on Instagram for a while. He's a skating coach in the UK.
I'm from the UK and I'm visiting Orlando at the moment, and I wanted to meet ice baddies.
You didn't bring skates though.
I didn't bring my skates. And I always love meeting people who love this sport. Just love it. I mean, once you fall in love with the sport, it doesn't matter which country you're from, you follow everything.
Yeah. Additionally, you can sign up for adult camps, special workshops, or join a synchro team if they have one at your rink.
If you don't have an existing adult figure skating community at your rink, you can always start your own.
They all started like you guys. They all started the same.
That's pretty much what we did. We grew it bit by bit, starting with just ourselves, and now we have a full thriving group of adults skating with us weekly.
You guys see all these adult skaters? Yep, they weren't here about a year ago.
Here are several ways how you can do it. A community typically will not grow by itself, so you gotta put a bit of work into it. Start off by meeting people, just like we talked about in the previous chapter. If all else fails, you can always see other people at public skating that are maybe not figure skaters yet, but if they're adult and if they're on skates, they're adult skaters. Come introduce yourself, compliment their outfit, maybe ask about something that they're doing. Figure skating or being on the ice always provides a lot of conversation starters. Just don't be shy. Once you know some people, herd them together.
You're like ducks following the mama duck.
Make a group chat online. For example, for our community, we have a running Instagram group chat that all of our local adult skaters are in or are joining in slowly. We can take credit for that. It was actually our friend Ashley who created it and who runs it. But we find this is a great idea and it keeps us connected, it keeps us together. We talk, we make plans, we discuss European championships and everybody's costumes. There's always stuff to talk about and it's fun. Number 2, set and schedule times to go skate together. Most of our group don't even skate at the same rink. We have 2 main rinks at our town and half of us, or should I say 60% of us, skates at the rink that's not ours. But we still all try to get together at least once a week. We coordinate on our chat, set a time, let's all get to this ice session. Even if not everybody makes it, at least a good group of 4 or 5 people is there, and that already provides you with a sense of having a group and having your tribe.
Andrea.
Andrea.
Victoria.
Victoria. Andrea and Victoria.
Faye.
And Lulu.
Okay.
Number 3 is coordinate special events. Once you have your group of friends, find stuff to do together. For example, with our group, sometimes we all go to check out other figure skating rink in the area, maybe in another town, a couple hours drive away that we wouldn't normally go to. But it makes for a fun weekend road trip and we can all go together and all share our impressions and all decide what we think about this rink or the other. Plus, sometimes we plan some fun events like we dress up for a Halloween skating session or we do something for the holiday time. So it's always fun, it's always nice to plan something special for people to look forward to. Lastly, try some off-ice bonding. Go get coffee with your new friends. Meet for lunch. Sometimes, again, we go out to other towns, we would all stop and get sandwiches at Buc-ee's. It's a nice addition that just provides a bit of something extra to do and something extra to go about. During Halloween time this year, for example, we went out to the Universal Halloween Horror Nights with one of our coaches and one of our fellow skaters. Has nothing to do with skating, but it was still a fun time and still something we do together because friends you meet in figure skating are friends for life.
Okay, word up.
Stop skating real.
It's getting real.
Okay. Do it. So let's do it.
So lastly, and the most important, to grow a healthy community, you need to create a friendly and welcoming atmosphere.
We travel around quite a bit and we've been to some figure skating rinks that although are great facilities and have a lot of great skaters, they have a bit of a weird vibe that we did not feel welcome or included or even noticed at all. Now, we all know figure skating is a competitive sport, but oftentimes it gets to the point where some of adult skaters get a bit too competitive to the point where it gets a little hostile. They get really shy about other people seeing them on the ice. They're very secretive. They would never share coach or share lesson. If you ask them for a tip, they would be hesitant to give it because they feel like they're giving away some sacred secret to their amazing skating. None of this is really healthy for building a community.
No, I didn't put enough effort yet. So what's your attitude? Be inclusive, try to not be too competitive, and people will be tempted to join you on the ice.
Share lessons, exchange tips, take pics and videos of your friends on ice, and it won't be long before a community grows and flourishes.
Turn between the hash marks and then hold it all the way to the center of the blue line.
Thank you for watching, guys. Share some tips in the comments on how you make friends on ice. Make sure to leave a like if you like this video, and as always, we'll see you next week.